Okay, here's a couple days after we did it, and like I thought, we got a lot of cracking going on. So what'll happen is if we get any moisture behind there, that'll end up sloughing off at some point, but it should be a pretty dry location by the time I put the counter on. So, and then that's where they just slapped on the last little bit of cement that we have. So I think we're gonna try to do what's left. This is the bathroom. Again, the tile, the scratches are mainly for tile adhesion. And we still got one wall left to do. There's her lintel, I guess you would. And all the plastic tape is, we still got to get that off. So we got two walls done in here. So we got two walls left to do. Got these, got the front wall to do on this side. So at least half the job is still left to be done. So if I kept paying those, it'd be another 10,000 baht at their speed. And I think we're gonna give it a shot on our own. We've just been kind of taking a break and taking care of other stuff, which I'll talk about here in a second. So let's go sit down and tell you what we've been doing. So sorry about the last video. Even my sister asked me if I was doing okay. It just gets bummed. You get bummed out when you're trying to do something nice and you just can't get it quite the way you up to a standard that you wanted or you thought you could achieve. But we'll try and do it ourselves and see what happens. And you know, we may have to have some. It's not terrible. It's just I was hoping a little bit better. And but anyway, so just give you a couple stories here. In the video that you're about to see, I stopped at a couple places along the way. We were going over to P-Chit because I bought a DeWalt laser. I had to take it back. We called Global House before we left the house. Told them what we had going on. DeWalt has a 90-day guarantee, money back guarantee for any reason you're not satisfied with it. It says right in it, 90-day money back guarantee for any reason. No questions asked. So we called Global House. They said, yeah, just we bought it in Phitsanulok, which is an hour and a half from here. P-Chit's 35 miles from here. So we went over to P-Chit, tried to take it back over there. I just wanted to I was going to buy a different brand because that one shouldn't have failed. I don't understand. It's a DeWalt, I guess. I'm not a DeWalt fan. Milwaukee, Makita. But, so I wanted to get a different brand anyway. I didn't want to replace it with that one, but the call center said, yeah, you can take it over there, no problem. We had the receipt. Got to Global House in P-Chit, and they said, no, you can't return it. We have a 30-day money back policy. And then I showed it to them, showed them in the book. The DeWalt rep came over, started arguing with me. Well, that was at Phitsanulok, so we didn't even get to talk to anybody there. P-Chit, they called, had 4 or 5 people come over talking. Didn't want to do it. So we had to drive an hour over to Phitsanulok, which is where we bought it. I think it was a DeWalt rep that showed up over there because he had a visitor tag on. So he was either the tool supply rep or something. But he wanted to check it out and everything, and didn't even know how to put the batteries in right. So I was like, dude, you're not even qualified. You don't even know how to put the batteries in. So what are you going to check out? I don't want to waste any more time. It says right here in the paperwork, 90-day warranty for any reason. If I don't like the color of it, I can return it according to this warranty. So at this point, I just wanted my money back. as in other videos, Global House does not take care of their customers, in my opinion. I don't want to shop there before. They got big old stores, but so far Home Pro has done everything I've asked them to do, and have been very, very helpful. Global House has hundreds of people working in there, but it doesn't seem like anybody knows what the hell's going on. And their call center told us the wrong information. So I spent the whole day, and I was wearing shorts on the motorcycle, so I got a little sunburn on my thigh, but I wasn't expecting to have to ride 4 hours for the day on the bike. But anyway, so that was one day. Then the other thing we did in P-Chit was I needed to get a letter showing where I'm living. So when you do your 90-day check-in, you need to have a letter showing where you're staying to notify the government. So it's one of the things that you need to do. And then also I need to get my Thai driver's license. So we're going to go over to the office today to try to get some information, because we've been trying, supposedly there's an app that you can do on your phone and make an appointment. Couldn't get signed on to the app, couldn't get it to work. Finally got it logged in. I got an account created. New Thai driver's license, but it wants me to put my expiry date of my old license in, and you can't skip it because I don't have an old license, even though it says a new license. I had to put an expiry date, and so that didn't work. I exited out of the app, got back in it, and somehow it took me to another place when I hit new Thai driver's license. And we had to find the location where we want to go. And there's a bunch of them at the top that are white, and then it goes down and it changes to gray. So when we found the office we wanted to go to and try to tap on it, it won't do anything. So does that mean that they don't do online scheduling? So we don't know. I mean, we spent 2 hours messing with it, and still can't figure out an appointment. We talked to several people, and basically we don't have any idea. So today it's 35 minutes over to the office where we want to go. I've got to do a health certificate at some point before I can get my license, but I've got my residency letter so I can show that I live here. I've got my international driver's license. I got my valid US license for both. I have to do motorcycle and car. So in Thailand, that's 2 separate licenses. So if you get a license for the car, that does not cover you for a motorcycle. So you have to make sure you have 2 separate licenses, which I've had in the past, but they've expired because it was so long since I had been here before. So hopefully we'll get some information today, and if anything weird pops up, I'll put it on the next video, but I'll render this, get this put up. I'm going to put this clip in the beginning of it, so it'll look a little bit, maybe a little out of sequence, but just to kind of explain. The only other video we took was just some of the rice harvesting and stuff, just to show you the differences between the dry area and the wet area. And we have a chance for rain maybe on Sunday. It says lightning, doesn't say any moisture, and then it gets hot again next week. 42, which is over 100, I believe. I think it's like 100, and that's going to be miserable, so we may be sitting in aircon that week. So we might not get too much done on the wall. And April 24, we have to go to Pattaya. I have to do my check-in, so we're kind of trying to save some money this month because we want to have some fun in Pattaya and enjoy some Farang food, and just have a kind of a vacation, because living out here is okay. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't need a bunch of people to talk to. Uh, Goy and I get along pretty good, so uh, you know, there's a little bit of tension because I don't speak Thai and she doesn't understand all the English. So, but you know, you that's to be expected, and you work through that. And uh, but this building has been kind of a strain on us both, and so you just have to kind of take a step away and uh, have a couple days off. So you know, we've got other things to do. She had to do her house book yesterday update because it was in as the owner for her father as the owner, but now her father and mother have both passed away, so she had to update her bank book. But luckily the immigration in Peach Hit, thumbs up though, man. I tell you what, brand new building. They even did the copies for us, where if you go to Pattaya, you have to go to another shop to get copies, and you don't know that until you've already waited in line and you have to go outside. So they even did the copies for us. We asked for two of the forms. So I've got one in my passport for my check-in, and I've got one for the driver's license. That took a little bit of explaining to do why I needed that, and they were kind of hesitant on that, but I said, I gotta have one for this and one for that. But we were there 45 minutes. Their queue system, you pick a number, but they just can't, there's so few customers coming into there that they can kind of see who's in line with who. And so you just kind of talk to them at the counter when you come in, which was a little bit confusing even for Goy. She's Thai, she didn't know what was going on, but there was a couple Falungs in there that had already done what we did evidently, and so somebody helped them out, helped us out, telling us don't worry about it, they'll just kind of know when you come in. And the last guy that came in told me, you're after me, and so when I go up, you're up. And so it was okay. There's 3 or 4 people ahead of us, and we got through in 40 minutes maybe. We got everything that we needed to get done, even got some information. So my visa's up in October. So what I've been paying the agent, and this year it'll cost me about 15,000 baht, which is almost 500 bucks for the whole year. That gives you 1 year, but you can do it yourself. And as a retirement visa, you're supposed to show 800,000 baht in the Thai bank for at least 3 months. Well, I don't have 800,000 in the bank, and if we get married, it's 400,000 baht in the bank for at least 3 months. So what the broker does for you is they kind of under the table, or they put a deposit in there for you, whatever. They put 800,000 in my bank for 1 day, and then they pulled it right back out the next day. So how you get around that, I don't understand it. But anyway, they take you to the bank. They tell you to run over to the bank. They tell somebody at the bank that you're coming. You go see that person, and you get a bank account, which is nice because you get a bank account set up, and you do that. So that's immigration. I did ask if we can, supposedly you used to be able to, you have to show proof of income of at least 60 or 65,000 baht, which I'm on Social Security, disability, so my salary's enough. So, but you got to go to Bangkok and get the American Embassy to certify like a Social Security statement or whatever. So I'll have to print out a statement, go to Bangkok, which we kind of do that. Her sister lives near Bangkok, and so it's a 4-hour ride over to Bangkok, and it's a nice little weekday getaway or whatever. So we can run to the embassy and take care of that in a couple hours and have some Phalang food, or just kind of look at some of the sites in Bangkok or something. So it's not a wasted trip anyway. But yeah, so I should be able to do it myself. Hopefully, I'll give it a try and save that 15,000 baht. And P-Chit seemed to be helpful. Just have to double check, triple check, and quadruple check all the requirements and make sure I got all the paperwork lined up. Because what I don't want to do is have an overstay or miss, so I may have to do that like a week early. And if all else fails, just send my passport back over to Pattaya, or run over to Pattaya and have the agent do it again. But it'd be nice to save that 500 bucks. It's still several, I think it's still several thousand baht to do the retirement visa. Goy and I talked about the marriage visa, but right now we just don't need to be married for us anyway. I mean, we're both older. She's 51 and I'm 57, so about to be 58, so we don't have any plans of going to America for any time, so that would be the only reason to get married is to have that lower bank balance. But I'm not going to have a bank balance. Is the only benefit in Thailand, and maybe technically immigration we'd be married, so I'm working on my own land, whatever, but I'm not working here. I'm creating jobs for locals as much as I can. And I don't think anybody here is complaining about it. So immigration, if you're watching, I'm doing everything I can to help Thai people. So try to do everything the right way. It's just, you got to do what you got to do sometimes just to get by. I really wish the Thai government would just say, you know what, you want to stay in Thailand, pay 1,000 baht a month. I think every Falang would be happy to do that. So it cost me 12,000 baht a year. I wouldn't mind paying that, and I can stay here as long as I can, because I got to pay an agent if I can't do it myself, and if I don't have the money in the bank, and that would generate a lot of income for the country. It'd make it a lot easier on people being here. Even if I had to do the 90-day check-in, how long you stay in, 90 days, here's 3,000 baht, or once a year, check in, pay the 12,000 baht. You know, some people would complain about paying too much, but, you know, we're in their country, we're contributing to taxes by spending money, which everybody I know is going to spend money. We try to help the people out as much as we can, but I think it would be a win-win for everybody, but all the agents would be gone. You wouldn't need visa people to work. You wouldn't. Yes. The old guy just rode by that I said to. He cuts trees down for me. He's the one that digs off. I got one more I want to do, and it's just a pain. I can't do it because I have to bend over and dig down, and I can't get up and down, and that's why I'm on Social Security disability. I just can't do that stuff anymore. So, all right, that's enough. That's 18 minutes of yakking. So yeah, it's fun. You got to have some patience. It's not straightforward returning stuff to the stores. They don't really have that yet. You don't want to buy stuff on Lazada because you never know what you're going to get. And, I don't know. So, visa, immigration stuff didn't go too bad for that. We'll see what happens with the driver's license stuff. I'll give you a report on that. And later this month we have an immigration run, but that's just a check-in, so that's easy money. Some fun in Pattaya. If there's anything new and interesting, I'll show you that too. So let me get this uploaded, and thanks for watching. Hope you got some information if you needed it. Sorry I was a grumpy old fart, and thanks. Please subscribe. So today we're over on our way over to Peachit Immigration. I need a couple pieces of paper to do my driver's license and for when I do my 90-day check-in and PADIA. But just to show you, this is 20 minutes away from the house, and this area is quite a bit lower. So they're doing growing rice. This stuff's getting ready to harvest. They got all the machines over there. That's why it looks a little bit yellow, that's all the heads of the rice, and then they've already get the next fields ready to go for the next planting. And on this side of the road they're harvesting over here, so he's over there. And they're harvesting that, but it's a complete different. It's a lot cooler over here because there's more moisture in the ground. And just by being just a few feet lower, they got access to more irrigation, so this whole area is greener and feels a lot better. Anyway, and so here they're laying all the rice out to let it dry, so it's got kind of a high moisture content. They get less money for it, but if they dry it, they get a little bit more money. And then we'll just go right over here, show you them. They're actually harvesting. This side of the road. Starting to bale it. So you can see the hopper in the top, the rice going into the top hopper. The swallows getting all the bugs that are stirred up. Truck over there to discharge into, and then they keep on rocking and rolling. And this is why they can grow, because they're closer to the river, so they're pumping water up, and it's not too much to get water up. We're just a little bit higher elevation, so it's harder to get water over to there. So water is low during the rainy season. This bank it'll be right up at the top.